now. It's a beautiful day in Pittsburgh.
All right, so I mean, you're about, 5-6 weeks into this new era, post-House era. How's it been? How's it going?
Yeah, nice T-shirt, by the way. I'm a Seattle Mariners, like from Seattle, so the Mariners pitchfork is cool.
I thought you were appreciating Mount Logan.
Yeah, that too. No, honestly, it's what we thought. There's been a lot of conversation, a lot of dialogue around what this means. Obviously, we want some structure around rev share, and we're getting that. We know that it's not going to be perfect, so we're dealing with the bumps as we go along. But all in all, we look like we're in a good spot.
When you had mentioned about staying ahead of it, do you feel like your group, you've been where you want to be or what you need to be at this point?
Yeah, we have an excellent team. Team's been working on this well before I got to Pitt, and since my arrival the last 8 months, we talk about this new era of college athletics religiously, and I'm really excited about where we're going. So we're like everybody else. We're trying to figure out where the puck is going to be and try to skate to it. And I'm really proud with what our team is doing.
What is Pitt's relationship like with this College Sports Commission? Is there any kind of communication between them and Pitt about what all of this means and how to guide you guys?
Yeah, that's an excellent question. I think the relationship is like everybody else, right? Where we continue to get guidance from them. I think it's really important for the fans to understand that this is a multi-pronged approach. So we're getting information from our ACC General Counsel, we're getting information from our University General Counsel, we're getting information from the College Sports Commission, and then we're having all these dialogues about how do we actually implement the things that we're getting, and everybody interprets it a little bit differently, but we're doing the best we can to put our athletics department in a really strong position.
There were reports about membership agreements being sent out about how all these schools have decided to be kind of under the umbrella of the College Sports Commission. Did Pitt sign one of those agreements?
Yeah, so that gets done through the Chancellor's office, so that doesn't really impact our athletics department, but we definitely are in huge support and favor of the College Sports Commission and what they're doing, and trying to bring some structure around this new era.
Have there been any unforeseen problems with all of it that you have had to tackle?
I don't know if problems is the right term, but there's always unforeseen issues that we have to deal with. I guess any time you're standing up something brand new, right, there's going to be things that you either didn't think of, things that aren't perfect from the get-go. So we're working through the kinks, so to speak, and feel like we're in a really strong position.
I've seen some informal things, but what are the sports that you're going to fund through the revenue sharing?
Yes, good question. No, I mean we are taking a strategic approach like everybody else in the country to identify the sports who have opportunities to have be nationally competitive and invest in those, and then making sure that we're strategically planning to invest in our other sports in other ways that make sure that they're competitive as well.
Do you anticipate having to change the financing of some of your other sports? I mean, some schools are even cutting sports and everything else to make sure that you can fit all this under, the budget.
Sure, you mentioned the word change. Everything we do is change, right? And everything that we're doing is different than what we've done before in the past. So regardless of whether it's investment, whether it's how we invest, everything that we're doing is different than we've ever done it before.
It seems like whether they're not all of them have this title specifically, but it seems like a couple of sports have kind of de facto general managers. Is that something that every sport you would hope would have or will have, someone to manage the financial side of things?
Yeah, there's been lots of questions about general managers, particularly over the past probably 6 to 8 months. And what I would tell you is the title is not consistent across the country. Sorry, the titles are consistent, but the responsibilities of the title vary from place to place. So I'm less concerned about having a GM and more concerned about making sure we have the right people in the right spots doing the things that we need to be successful.
What's it like in today's world?
Be like a flight attendant. When the air is rough, be steady as steady can be. You have young people who are looking up to you. The student athletes want to make sure that leadership is steady. I tell them we'll manage through it all. The plane is not falling out of the sky. We're going through a bumpy patch of some uncertainty, but we'll be just fine.
With the ACC's kind of move to sort of prorate the payout based on TV ratings, does that incentivize scheduling up? Scheduling more of those sort of premier games in the non-conference that'll draw more eyeballs?
Well, it definitely sparks a conversation, right, about philosophy and about what's important, right? So there's money, there's value, there's wins, in trying to strategize and thread needles on how to achieve check boxes and all those things. So there's definitely going to be some analysis, and there already has been analysis on our scheduling in out years. We have to determine what we want to do and how we want to manage it. And again, our team is great with working to put us in position to be able to make some really strong decisions.
Do you have any updates on Victory Heights, especially with all the new money issues that you have to deal with?
Yeah, it's still coming along. I mean, it's a beautiful facility, and I can't wait for that thing to open. Hopefully our student athletes and coaches will be in there here in the next few months, and then we'll have an official grand opening at some point in time. We're still working through that, but it's on schedule, it's on budget, and it's an asset to our entire university.
I think you've said it a few times, but just to ask it again, Pitt's committed to the full revenue share all the way up to the cap?
We're committed to making sure that Pitt is in the national spotlight competitively, no question.
You've got two sports in the preseason ranked in the top 10 with men's soccer and women's volleyball. What does that say about the strength of Pitt athletics right now?
Yeah, it talks about the depth. So obviously we're out here at Durant and we're getting ready for football season, and most people are focused on football season. We as an athletic administrators have a responsibility to focus on other football as well, right? And so soccer's are important to us. Volleyball is obviously important to us. We've got cross country kicking up. So we want to make sure that our student athletes have a tremendous experience here. And I know that the outside world focuses on football, which is great, but we have an obligation and responsibility to all 500 of our student athletes.
The thing about football is it obviously drives the bus in many ways, financially and everything else. Sort of piggybacking on what he said, will football get the full 75% of whatever your revenue sharing number is?
I like how you say 75% as if that's a real number. Football's going to get what football needs to be successful.
Okay.
We'll do a couple more.
Alan, how would you describe your relationship with Pat?
Fantastic. Pat and I, we talk quite a bit. We're very candid in our conversations. We don't mince words, and we both want the same thing, and that is to win an ACC championship and put ourselves in position for a national championship.
Similar with Jeff Capel, how would you evaluate the basketball program? Have you had conversations with him about what you need to see in the next, whatever?
Sure. We have conversations all the time. We're teammates, right? We're teammates. Again, we're after the same thing, right? And I was telling a group of people last night, actually, a group of donors, when our teams lose, I can guarantee that the coaches take it much harder than the fans. This is our livelihood. It's more than just showing up and throwing on a Pitt logo and watching and clapping when you hit a three-pointer. This is what we do. It's in our DNA. So I can guarantee you, not just with football or with men's basketball, but our coaches, all of our coaches know we want them to be successful. All of our coaches know we have high expectations, and that we're going to do whatever we can to try to help them achieve the things that they want to achieve, the things that we want to achieve, and the things that our fans expect out of Pitt athletics.
Anything, Bono?
Awesome.